Roll out. Yeah, Mad Max totally. Look at these. There's quite a few Mad Maxes here. I'm gonna turn around back here real quick. Yeah, total Mad Max. Like I want to run a convoy with Mad Max. Look at this Mad Max bad boy. All right, let's see. I haven't even met this person. This is Facebook and Instagram at Elip Sisbus. ELLIPSISBUS. He went with wood. He welded, pulled off the frame. Looks like he lifted it, squared it off. It's pretty cool. I don't know if that's going to be a big bay window. It's pretty sick. Turn around. We got reception back there? Yeah. Oh, he's got a little deck on the back. I squared that whole thing off back there. It's probably about a 16-inch lift on that they did. Cut it out. And great stuff, did. Nice little rack on the back. Generator rack, probably. Yeah, so I'm basically at like it's a van life, schoolie life, bus life, do-it-yourself campground. I'm friends with the owners. And I just stop by when I'm rolling through here. It's got this bus here has got a bunch of solar on it. Look at all the solar. I'm popping this off this. It's got all the solar on it. They got a deck up on top. It's pretty cool. He pulled these axles off of the fire trucks. Oh shit, my coffee. There's a well truck there. He's making like an ultimate bug out bus right there with the axles from the fire truck. There's the frame for the bug out thing. There's a couple. He's working on that for a lady. There's a bus back there. I keep spilling my coffee. Later, Phil. No, I didn't.
Okay. All right, man. Safe travel.
All right. Have a good one. I'm doing a little live as I move out here. Thank you for having me. Yep, I'll be by soon enough. Hello. Bye, Leslie. Love you. We got a couple vans over here. This thing burnt out the other day. It's quite the setup, man. It's cool. Phil does a lot. We got two connexes buried. Survival thing. So people come and work on their buses and schoolies. Got electrical and water. It's really cool. They're good people, man. Just trying to help people kind of live a nomadic lifestyle, right? Like that's true freedom. So he's been growing. He got a plug from I think it's Bob White. He's the OG van lifer. he did a video on this, and then it kind of blew up. People started getting, he was able to get the rock beds and the electrical and water all run to a bunch of different sites. He's got the mill up there. He's got a tank on the backside there, a big tank. This is pretty cool. It's welded up buses. There's an ambulance. There's one of the spots. That's pretty cool. Deep in the heart of Texas. So I'm heading to St. Louis. St. Louis and then Taos. I'll pick up my friend in Illinois. I don't know where I'm going today. I'm aiming for a waterfall. I think I found one about 3 hours from here. I think it's Oklahoma. And I don't know if any of you guys saw the Freedom Squirrel stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. I felt bad for her. She's getting a taste of what the convoy really is. The people's convoy, at least. And she has all the good feelings of all the good people there. But then she's got the bad feelings of Rat Rod and all the other people. Yeah, of course they let Big D stay. But there's a reason they let Big D stay. Because Big D is part of the Freedom Outlaws. And they are either just some hillbilly bad people, like gang. There's some, whatever you might say. I don't know, Ukraine flag, Ukraine. I love hillbillies. Hillbillies. I was just hanging out with some hillbillies just now. They're the best hillbillies ever. I love them. I just got I got my toe strap from him, and then he gave me a flagpole from the trampoline lake that he used for his band. Like, that's what hillbillies do. They got stuff. They know how to fix things. They know how to do stuff. I'm in Texas, Graham, Texas. Outside of Graham, Texas. I love hillbillies. You get hanging around the fire, a campfire, and have some beers with them, and they're just real. It's like Americana. I prefer probably hillbillies more than anybody else. But they're like an extreme hillbilly, if that makes sense. A radical hillbilly. And I don't know if they're just like most tough guys or they're Rob the Convoy. Like in that video, because it feels like he's robbed the convoy. And they keep letting him stay. No. You could use your wife's boobie. That's my thought process on that. For the Simlac. It's Simlacking. It's lacking something. What's it lacking? No, I'm waiting until the convoys are going to continue on. They're just people are waking up to what the people's convoy are. And now, and yeah. So I'm going to St. Louis. I'm heading to St. Louis. And then Taos. And I'm trying to get as far north as I can because it's hot. I'm trying to stay north for a while. That's the Brazos River thing. Yeah, Brazos. You watch 1884, or that's where they crossed the mighty Brazos in 1884. I haven't seen that interview. I actually have an interview with WYSIWYG that from the convoy. I actually watched it last night. I didn't realize I have it. It's been private. I never turned it public, but I'm gonna turn it public. I mean, I wasn't hiding anything. I was editing. Just never got turned on. Yeah, but whatever it is, whether he's a Fed or not, whatever he is, it doesn't matter. He's not a good person. He's there's something wrong with him. His intentions they don't appear to be good at all. He said in my video he was going to run the convoy. And I know I've been beating it to death. I beat things to death. You have to beat it to death. I've been to the border a few times in Big Bend. I didn't, it's a bunch of mountains though. And we swam in the Rio Grande. And I accidentally crossed into the border with my friend Tina on our way to Big Bend. And I think could have been El Paso. Might have been El Paso. My friend Austin, I've been helping her move, and oh man, I always forget the name. I'll think of it. It's a border town. And she crosses the border all the time. And I don't know who Anthony Agruglio is. Aguario. But yeah, no, freedom was hurt. Such drama. I love it. I was up late last night watching that live stream of hers till like 4 in the morning, 4:30. It was so late. There's a lot of people. She had like 200, 300 streamers on, or live viewers. There's gonna be some convoys going though. That's what. After I left, I was like, I was upset, but there's convoys. There's little convoys. I went to Florida and I did their convoy, the Florida United convoy. It's gonna build. It's still in its infancy stage. This convoy thing is a new form of protest. There was a lot of good people at the People's Convoy, just not the leadership of the People's Convoy. That's who were not good. Everyone else was really good. They seemed to have really good intentions. I know those people at the overpasses, man. They came out for something. They came out for something. Freedom, some form of freedom. They wanted to drive hours and hours and stand in the cold and watch that convoy go past. What's up, Roy? So, real Anthony. All right. I don't know who Dan is going to Springfield. Oh, so Dan Fitzcrafter is going to be there in Springfield? Yeah, I'm just scooping up my friend. His wife's driving him down from Chicago, and with a bunch of tools, and then we're driving to Taos in my van. Yeah, no, the convoys aren't perfect. When you can't, not everybody gets along. It's just that simple. There's gonna be drama, and there's just gonna be personalities that don't mix together. And Santa is not. Don't. Marcus is in control of the People's Convoy. Unless he's jumped ship, Marcus is in control. I promise you, Santa answers to Marcus. Marcus Summers. Jacksboro. picking up my friend in St. Louis. If Dan's there, I might meet up with him because I'll be there Sunday night. I'm not sure where tonight I'm going to fall. Hopefully in the woods by some water. And then, woo. Damn it. But we're going to house with my friend Jason, and we're gonna fix up a Chevy. We're trying to get a 1946 pickup truck running again. It's got a tiny home built on it, and they're selling the product. Off there. Frank Wall. Boogaloo or Antifa. He called me both. Didn't give me an opportunity. Didn't tell the story right. Mixed up my words. Twisted them. Saying I left the convoy because shots were being fired. That wasn't true at all. I knew there was a range there. He twisted my words. I said that someone was shooting and that I had no idea. I didn't know that there was a shooting range back there. That was all. That was all it was. There was nothing more than that. I was questioning who was shooting, which is a good thing to do. If you hear gunshots, and I mean, it could be some type of bad situation. So it doesn't hurt to ask questions. I inquired about it. Then they said there was a gun range that settled the inquiry. I didn't leave the convoy. I left the convoy because of Rat Rod and because of security and because I didn't feel safe. And Freedom Squirrel felt those same exact emotions. And who cares if people got warrants and stuff? Like, do you know how many J6 prisoners got warrants? They went and saw a protest. Because they have a warrant, like, and any type of victimless crime, if you got a warrant out for that, that's not really, you're not a bad person. Not a bad person. There's a lot of people that have been to jail that are really good people. And they stood up. They got all sorts of things happen. People get framed. Like there's just all sorts of things. That Bobby guy who filmed those people going in on Jan 6. They tried to kill him. They had like an Antifa like pipe bomb scare assassination. The congressman tried to pay him $100,000. And then there's that Green Beret guy. I gotta remember his name. So bad with names. What's his name? He's in Pinellas County Jail. The FBI tried to get him to be a confidential informant, and then they arrested him. Like there's a lot of good people. When I was in the Florida United convoy, we stayed at the farm of some people whose kids were in a cage, and then they went to see a former president speak. Like, why are you in a cage? That's okay. That's not an insurrection. You don't belong in a cage because of that. But smaller convoys will form and eventually unite. After some of, you got to weed out all the bad apples. Then you have a better bunch of apples. The convoy's getting stronger. The convoys, people have networked so much with the live streamers. So many of the people who watch my channel, I'm super small, but they're on everyone else's channel talking. It's like a huge web of information. And that's all been established because of the convoys. I get passed a lot because I drive slow. No, Roy, the leaders of the convoy are Marcus. I promise you. That's one thing I could say. That's for sure. He's the linchpin. It like funnels into him and funnels out of him. They're very much in control. The security knows exactly what they're doing. Yeah, Anna, I never received your message on my phone. Yeah. No, there's really good people in cages, and that's something that needs to be focused on. I need to focus a little more on the J6 now. Like, I don't know if you got. I align with a lot of people on the right, but I'm not really into the presidents. I'm into like electing local sheriffs, local judges. That's like what I believe in, the form of government I believe in, I guess. Very, very limited, very, very limited. But court systems for remedy, that's what like I believe in. But like the January 6th, because it was a Trump rally, I really didn't pay much attention to it. But what happened there, it's so important because people went to hear someone speak like that, like are now in cages. And people are trying to get that information out that they were let in and and they're being targeted. It's a very scary thing. There's some powers to be, and if you don't think so, you're not really following the money. And the money for the convoy was going to the American Federal, American Civil, American, I can't remember the acronym. Pamela Malik is the accountant. AFCLU, Americans Freedom. I've talked about it so much. There's so many acronyms. AFCLF. Who knows? The closest convoy? I don't know. But there's a lot of. I'm thinking that there'll probably be something formed, another few actions. I kind of want to go out to New York. And I think that there's going to be some convoys coming out of there eventually. I know there's a lot of like rallies that they do, flag rallies. UCNY News, James, he's a really cool guy. He does like undercover things on the shot sites, right? The bat shoot places. We get tested for them. He goes and asks questions with like hidden cameras. UCNY News. I met him in Hagerstown. He's really cool. He's a really nice guy. We were riding together in Hagerstown. We did a couple days, did a couple laps every day around the Beltway. And then Lori has a channel, Constitutionally Concerned, on TikTok. Lori's awesome, man. She's a teacher and refused to mask her sixth graders after 20 years. She said you could go take your Nazi shit and go F off. But you can find her Constitutionally Concerned on TikTok. That's Lori. And they came up from the Northeast convoys, because the Northeast convoy and the Florida Georgia convoys came there in Hagerstown before the People's Convoy arrived. And I believe Soup Mama was in the Northeast convoys. And Stitch was from the Northeast. He was running the food kitchen there. He was doing a lot of work. He was busting his butt. Always hot coffee in the morning, like just working. That guy was awesome in Benjamin too. In the kitchen, in the back lot there. That was like the people, real people. Well, Roy, they're going to do a couple actions. Like once a month, And if once they get up and going again, I'll get back down there and I'll film that as much as I can. Like, I'm just one person. Like, I'm not that interesting. Like, I could just try to record things, try to capture some of the moments, capture the people, the personalities that make up the convoys. Like, I've changed some people's minds on things, so that's huge to me. I made people aware of stuff. But there's been so much networking. That's the most positive thing that's come out of all these convoys, is the networking. Mad networking. And I honestly don't know what the best course is. But that's a good question. It is. I mean, it's a very valid question. How do you promote it? What's next? What was accomplished? It's so hard to quantify that. I networked with a shit ton of people. So to me, it was a huge success. I know a bunch of streamers. I know a bunch of amazing people. I know people that could take me out on a sailboat. I got all sorts of different properties I could go and stop and get rested, and I met so many different people from so many different walks of life, and I wouldn't change anything for it. Yeah, I spent a lot of money of my own money doing it, and I had a lot of people donate and give me money for gas and donate things to me, which was above and beyond what they ever had to do. So they, and I feel like I owe it to them to, like, call out some of the BS that the People's Convoy, that Ross uncovered. If it wasn't for Ross, I would have still kind of been just in the People's Convoy, like little haze, or haze. I was all caught up in all the people and all the freedom loving, like, just all the kindness, that I was kind of blinded to some of the, knowing that all opposition groups are controlled. Knowing that there's always controlled opposition. That's how you become a good tyrant. You control both sides. Yeah, talk it out, man. Tell me, what do you think about Santa? I don't know much about Santa. So you talk it out in the comments, right? Like, that's how we are able to discuss and figure out if people are good or bad. And you could be wrong about people. Some person in Squirrel's live stream yesterday night apologized to me because he said he was wrong about Rat Rod. And I took a lot of heat for that. But whatever. Like, that's what makes it all worth it. Or is a comment like that. And that he was mad enough, or she was brave enough to admit her fault and change her opinion. And that's what people need to do. We need to admit when we're wrong and be better about it. So I love that. I love that she thought I was wrong and events proved otherwise. I was a little down and out that everyone was talking so much crap to me about the convoy, because I had such great interactions with hundreds of people that I didn't want to ruin what that was. But I knew Rat Rod was bad news. And he showed it numerous times. The people that came to the overpass, they're heroes, man. Like, all those little kids, those smiles, the see the trucks, the horns, the flags. There was so much excitement in that. After kind of being locked up after 2 years, not a bunch of parades. It was like this huge parade coming through. Should have been throwing candy. I don't think all the Proud Boys are racist. I don't have that belief. I believe there's a lot of good people in the Proud Boys. Are there racist people there? I'm sure there is. And guess what? That's what's so great about America. They have a freedom to believe that. Just like, do you think Black Lives Matter, that there's racists there? Of course there is. I don't blame them. Let them be racist. Let them hate whoever they want to hate. You want to hate Walmart? Hate Walmart. Hate Bear. Hate the pharmaceutical companies. Hate's not bad. It's okay to not like things or people or cultures for whatever preconceived notions. I don't advise that. Be nice to people. Like, give everyone a shot. But we all fall into those stereotypes and those it's cultural stuff. The foods, the dress, the haircuts, the customs, all that like goes into play. We're all guilty of it in some sense. It's when you take that hate and you turn it into a physical thing on somebody. That's when there's an issue. That's when a crime has been committed. Because you open up the door for saying something's hate speech, you open the door for everything being censored. Just like it is now. There's so much being censored. You have to allow hate. Just sticks and stones can break my bones, but words could never hurt me. It's a simple little riddle. It's not a riddle. Whatever it is. Yeah, show us some proof. I like proof. Proof is good. Evidence is. Whose live stream did you hear it on? Why is he Satan? Does he worship Bellic? Does he go to do the Bohemian Grove? Do they drink the blood of some type of some children, some anachrome, or anything along those lines? I don't know Santa, so I can't make any judgment. I don't like Tom, though. GTW33, I don't like Tom. Tom spins things. I can say that. GTW33. Satan, yeah, all that's like all sorts of like occult meanings to Santa, Satan, and like the big battle of good versus evil. I don't buy into all that numerology and all that stuff, though. I just don't. I don't think numbers have. Yeah, I just don't buy into that. But it's cool if you do. Yeah, it means Santa for some people, but it doesn't mean it might not necessarily mean for him specifically, right? Like some people just like Santa Claus. It has nothing to do with being Satan. Nothing to do. It's a celebration. It's a ritual. It's a cultural thing. I think intent has a lot to do to change the meaning of things. But yeah, check out Freedom Squirrel's live feed from yesterday, and you'll see kind of what happened. Subscribe to her channel, like, share, like help her out, man. I know she was pretty devastated. I know what I know the feelings that she felt. So like just woo. That was probably not the smartest move there. Yeah, you know, like all the religious stuff and everything, like it's a big battle of good versus evil to me. It's that simple. I don't get real deep into it. Like you're either like a good person or a bad person. Good people do bad things sometimes, and the bad people do good things sometimes. And I'm not sure exactly where the line is that draws what's good versus bad, and it's objective based on situations and perspectives. Yeah, Freedom Squirrel. Yeah, she's just such a happy person. That's what the convoy needs. Not these freedom outlaws. And I got video back 2 months ago of Rat Rod. You can check that out. See what I was saying. Watch the video of Rat Rod. I've put it in numerous videos of mine just because I thought it was important. And I messaged WYSIWYG and I told him it was important, and he told me I was wrong. I found it ironic that he filmed the shooting in Portland. I love all the little channels. I love all the little streamers. That's the smaller streamers too. The big streamers are cool, but the little streamers, that's where you gotta really get the content, the good content. Just gotta be real. Yeah, and she said it. She said, "Yeah, Scotty, I understand why you were afraid." I was afraid, man. Like, and I'm not afraid. I sleep in forests by myself. Like I sleep on the south side of Chicago by myself in the ghettos. I've worked in the ghettos. Like I'm not afraid. But like it was just a situation where like if I had a gun or something, I would have felt 100 times safer. But I didn't, and I felt like everybody else had a gun, so I was not. I had a steak knife, and yeah, I don't know. I was scared. I was scared that night. Never been that scared in my life. I was actually glad I felt that what that scaredness was, because I've never felt that, and I was like quivering. I was afraid, man. Like never ever in my life have I had that happen. And I went to jail and I did 118 days with like people who stabbed themselves, stabbed their wife, and the other guy threw his friend away with a shotgun. And like I wasn't afraid. The one guy, they were robbing the Chicago Bulls players. He's a Fed inmate. He was the FBI's most wanted. All right. What did you say? Right or left? Gonna say right. Yeah. And I wasn't afraid. I mean, I was afraid the first couple days, but like, uh, this is the county seat. But not as afraid as I was that night because I know about Allied security, and not a lot of people know about Allied security. But I've watched hundreds of videos where Allied security has violated constitutional rights, and all you gotta do is go on YouTube and put Allied security violates Constitution, and hundreds of videos will come up. So once I found out about that, and there was a mix-up, and Bob told security that I was in his RV, and he told me that they were watching the RV. Like, yeah, it was just I was scared. Like, I could admit that as a man. I have no shame in that, and hopefully next time I might handle that better. I've never been in that. I've never felt those emotions. I didn't know I could be such a bitch, basically. You live and learn. I was scared. Well, thanks, Steve. But I got out of it. I just, yeah, I was on the emotions, but Freedom Squirrel felt those emotions, and it was so smart for her to live stream. And it's totally fine to turn the camera microphone off. It's some people don't want to be on phone on the live on the internet. They just don't want their conversation out there for people. It's not necessarily bad. This whole turning the mic off, you do that out of respect for some people. Some people just don't want to be out in the world for everyone to hear what they just don't want that. But other people want that camera off so they can do shady shit. And that's the cameras are the like the shield, the piece, the tool, the equipment that stops shady shit. Because it puts a third party perspective, a bot's perspective almost, through the lens of that bot, the camera. It captures the moment without prejudice. Yep. Allied is and that's who was with the convoy. I'm not sure if Allied is still with the convoy. You know, well, I gotta check where I'm at. I gotta check where I'm at. I gotta check once in a while. I can't run both. What? Oh, it's up there. What's up, Dan? Yeah, I know Red Rod has guns, and everyone has a right to own guns. I'm not afraid of guns, right? Like, we have a right to bear arms. But in some people, it's dangerous when they have a gun, right? That's just reality. Oh, okay. Well, get better, Dan. Yeah, Dan, I'll catch you. I should be coming after Taos. I should be coming back through. So maybe I can catch you then. I'm either going to my friend's farm in Missouri. I jumping around. I'm trying to stay. What's going on? Because convoys, the form of protest, because it's semi-nomadic, is what makes convoys the best. To me, a great form of protest. You're mobile. You just got to get better organized, and there's still a lot of infighting that's going to go on before it kind of hammers itself out. And it'll hammer itself out. Some form of the truth will come out. It's a great battle. I love it. I think it's great. I absolutely love it. I love the deceit, the lies, the allegiances, the stories. There's so many characters. It's like a soap opera. It is a soap opera. That's why everyone watches it. It's great. I love it. I like the recaps. I like when people just tell me, hey, watch 5 minutes to 7 minutes. I want the cliff notes. I don't want to watch the whole live stream. Oh, I watched rabbits, squirrels. I watched squirrels live stream yesterday, all night. Just because it was a big event and her getting kicked out. That's a big event. You want to pay attention. I didn't know. I kind of knew that Big D was part of the Rat Ron crew, but I wasn't sure. And I think they bought their TikTok followers. I think those TikTok followers were bought. Because they got a lot of TikTok followers. They had a lot when they were in Hagerstown. Okay, Patriots Lab. Okay, I like Patriots Lab. I met him. I did a short interview. He hugged, and yeah, he seemed like a good guy. I have to watch some of his videos. I haven't watched his videos. Is there a video of Patriots Lab not getting in? Did he do a video on that? I mean, obviously, if you're saying that, I just wondering. Yeah, I'm still in Texas, Dan. I'm charging up my microphone set. I didn't charge it last night. I'm having troubles with it, so I've been watching some videos. I'm learning. It's a lot of shit to charge up. Get a little overwhelmed with charging it. Charging my batteries. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get it together here. The whole like journalism side of it or filming, I'm not new to it. I've been filming and taking pictures of waterfalls, but a little different when you're kind of making content, editing the videos, and I'm doing it all from a phone. I don't have a computer or nothing. I'm all from a phone. Every video that I have has been done on the phone. I've done 2 live streams on other people's computers, like StreamYard live streams with me talking, but it was someone else's computers. My friends who let me use them. But I kind of like it being that I do it all from my phone. It's like Gorilla. I'll get a computer eventually. Mine just died. I just haven't gotten another one. Van's running good. It's got some cooling leaks on both sides on the bottom of the block. And I just switched over to filling it with water because I just don't want it to be leaking antifreeze everywhere. And I'm going to epoxy it here when I let the engine sit. I'm just going to try to epoxy along the pan. I'm not expecting for miracles, but if I could get it down to a very minimum, it's probably just a gasket that needs to be redone. I only paid $1,600 for this thing, so I've gotten my money out of this thing. I've driven it all over the country so far in the last couple months. So I got my brakes changed the other day. Since my fire in my van, I don't have as many tools to work on my stuff, so I went to at the AutoZones in Elliston. There's guys in the lot, like mechanic guys that do your brakes and stuff. So I had the guy do the brake pads. I had a little extra money. I normally would do it, but it was so rusted. This van's got a lot of rust because it's from Chicago. That I was like, man, I didn't have the Allen key fitting for the socket set for the, and there was a lot of rust. He took care of it. I was happy to pay him the money for it. And I was going to change the calipers because the calipers are pretty cheap on the Astros. That's why I have the Astro. The parts are very cheap. But he talked me out of the calipers, so I put the calipers back. But the van's running great. I tried to charge up the AC, but I think I got a leak in the front radiator. I'm super happy with it. I'm super happy I got a van. My friends bought this van for me, so like it means the world to me because of that, because my van burned up. And so I'm just happy that I have that. Oh, there's a little hog. 2 hogs. 1, 2. I almost hit a baby hog yesterday. That's the first time I've almost hit a hog. I've seen them, but never like crossing the road in front of me. But that was a baby and that was 2 little hogs. Aw. But eventually I'm going to replace a bunch of... All right. Let's see here. Yeah, I actually got... My friend Lance gave me a small board. I need to get some batteries. I had a couple solar batteries in my last van before it burnt up. But I'm gonna do like I'm gonna change all the externals on the front of the engine. The water pump, alternator. I want to get a bigger alternator, like a 200 or 300 amp alternator, and possibly mount a second alternator onto the van, and then run a couple batteries in series, so that I can have a better power source. I'm gonna make like a charging system. I'm still trying to figure out my gear and how I'm doing this. I'm just kind of still finding my comfortableness of what gear I'm using. I'm trying to improve. Yeah, I'm not a professional journalist or cameraman or anything. I'm just some fucking van lifer. Excuse my language. I'm just some van lifer just trying to go after the media, have a little extra fun, see the country, hang out with like-minded people, and try to change things as much as you can, or at least the minds of people. But yeah, like Freedom Squirrel, her husband had been trying to reach out to me to tell me about Rat Rod, and I just hadn't reached out yet. So after I heard that that he got punched, I emailed her I emailed her pretty quickly. So yeah, check out her stream. That's where Big D punched her husband. Then one of the guys called all of her subscribers the F word, F-A goat, the first letter of that. It's F-its. So they were being aggressive, not nice at all. So yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully I get to a waterfall today. I'm on my way to one, but I didn't really look. So yeah, Dan, I am gonna get a mobile charging. So, I have trouble just remembering to plug shit in. That's my big issue. And then I have all intentions and I fall asleep. What are freeze plugs? Yeah, I saw that Ross did post that this morning. I love these farm to market roads in Texas. I prefer to travel on them. Get the real countryside. I eventually got to get a booster so I can get better internet. I got to get some things to better my quality of my streams, but whatever. I'll get them eventually. Yeah, it is, Steve. Is the website still accepting donations? And when was the torch passed? It's like the torch was like secretly passed, and they really didn't. They kept it quiet about when it was passed. Oh, really? Dang. I'll watch tonight. I stop at a bunch of different rest areas and take a break for half an hour, and then drive for an hour or two, then take a break. That's how I prefer to travel. So yeah, I'm gonna be live streaming my all of my route pretty much. I'm not convoy. I'm not in a convoy. Florida United convoy starts up again. I'll be there, and but there'll be a bunch of small ones forming. Squirrel was running their little Freedom 6 convoy. That was perfect. Get a bunch of those going. We all start working together. We unite. We do actions. There's a lot more to come of the convoys. Oh, look at this. Nice. A big old lake. I don't know if I've been through here. I don't think I've been through any of this before. I try to take different routes every time I cut across. Different country roads. Country road, take me home to a place West Virginia. Valley, take me home. Well, that's interesting that the People's Convoy ended. Seems like the time to end after that drama. That was the cherry on top. Rant Rod finishing it off. Rob the convoy. My Rat Rod video is 2 months old now. Took 2 months. Rob the convoy. Sure did. Now look at this. It's a big old lake. That's okay. Westport Trinity River. 435. Holy shit. 435. Choice. $85 later. $85 later. Man, gas prices are just killing me. All right. So I have to go left. Oh! Gotta fix that wiper. Drywall masks don't save lives! Chris Young and her husband killed convoy. Watch Wizzy on now. He has their new convoy now. Someone pulled Santa's truck up the bus. Santa walked out of the bus, tore off TPC banner, and split. Wow. Chris Chris Young is one of the main. She's been in charge of the Facebook from the get-go. That is one of the main organizers. Hey, so are you saying that there's a new convoy? Made Marcus tell at the meeting, okay. As you stated months ago, Chris is trouble. Yes, no name yet. They rolling in now. They're rolling into Hagerstown? Rolling into DC? Thank you, Steve, for the information. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to me and not thinking I'm crazy. I appreciate that. I really do. So what do you mean they made Marcus tell at meeting that I guess I'm gonna have to watch Orioles one of those guys streams and see. Parking lot. Like a parking lot? Well, thank you, Steve. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm getting a little, yeah, I just tried to tell the truth. That's all I tried to do. It was not an easy path, but I feel like it was the right path and the best path, and I'm glad I took that path. Okay. Oh, it's dissolving in 7 days. It's not dead right now. Who's going to be in charge of this new one? Freedom Outlaw? Yeah, I mean, just because Santa's a Proud Boy doesn't mean, to me at least, it doesn't mean anything. It's more what he does or doesn't do is what means more. I know people. There's Proud Boys that are not racist and that are good people. That's period end of the story. That's it. Right? Like, is there racist Proud Boys? Absolutely. Yeah, it's just interpretation. It's hard to say either way, man. You know, there's good Republicans, there's good Democrats, there's good libertarians, there's good anarchists, there's good, very religious people. You know, they all got different perspectives. Gun, weeds, and flags. Oh boy, sounds like freedom. Whitmore napping. That was Michigan. That's the Michigan governor, right? Wheezy will be releasing it. It was already warned about suing anyone that plays it without permission. He was crying, almost crying. Yep, Hollow, Michigan. Okay. Yeah, Michigan is good. Yeah. So, do you like Wizzy or you don't like Wizzy? I'm not sure. I can't tell by those comments. Not that it matters to me either way. I got a Wizzy interview that I'm gonna put out. It's nothing bad, or it was just my interview that never got released of him. When I first started filming people. We are a smidge racist. Yeah, everyone's a little racist. I think it's more cultural. I think it's more culturalism. Like the cultures are different, and we don't like the cultures. Yeah. See, Wizzy was the official convoy. I mean, at the beginning, on the People's Convoy page, Wizzy Week was the official streamer. And now he's the last one. He's the first and the last. Started it and ended it. I'm most definitely stealing his stream though. Oh yeah, I'm gonna steal it, chop it, slow it down, alter it, speed it up. The funny thing about my interview with Wizzy is he's got a Dolly Grip t-shirt on. Raceway right there. Pretty cool. Eagle Cannon Raceway. Oh, that thing's huge. Yeah, that's true, Steve. Everyone is a little shady in their own little way. I bring the truth and receipts. Well, you know, evidence in court, evidence is testimony, right? So when you're trying to tell a narrative or a story, you do it through the testimony of the witness. So a lot of my stuff has been listening to what they're saying and then finding things that contradict what they're saying. And that's basically what you do in law in the courtroom. It's the same exact thing. They do depositions. You do a deposition, and then that deposition becomes a written law. That becomes the goalpost. You can't veer off that goalpost. Obviously, it's just interviews and stuff with people. There's a lot of content. It's overwhelming trying to follow all the content. I was up late last night just watching Freedom Squirrel live stream because it was just a big event. There's a lot of content that goes through in the big events. You don't really have to pay attention the whole time, but the big events you gotta pay attention. Her being trespassed and punched by security was a big event. Well, you answer to natural law. You answer to the laws of nature. You're not like truly sovereign. And a nationalist, IST at a suffix of a word designates a person. A person is a mask. It's the etymology of persona. A person is a mask an actor wears on a stage. In the end, you're just a man or a woman. But I understand nationalists. I understand the thought process behind it. I like to just stay with man and stay away from all the titles. Because you could say you're a nationalist and someone will instantly be like, oh, you're a white nationalist. That's what that means. I know. They told me on the media. That's the way it is. Yeah, no, I get that. I follow the laws of nature. I understand the laws. I think there should be law when there's harm or property damage. Outside of those two parameters, I don't think there's any law being broken. Yeah, I saw that he got punched. I called, I emailed her and got her number, and we talked on the phone. They won't ever address that punching. They'll pretend like they were competition or something. Yeah, Steve, I watched the whole thing actually. I commented. I did a lot of commenting on it too. I stayed up way later than I should have. I'm gonna need some sleep here eventually because I didn't get only a couple hours of sleep. It's hot. It's just not been comfortable in the van. Thankfully, I'm heading north, so it should be getting cooler. I gotta get some fans hooked up in here and stuff like my other van. I don't know if the cops. I don't know if she ever talked to the cops. So I don't think the cops came. I could be wrong. What, Anna? No shortage of paper towels? I don't get it. Oh yeah, no, it was all fake. The flu rebranded. Oh, it was a marketing scheme. Yep, all about the money. All you gotta do is follow the money. Follow the money, find your answers. Goes for the combo. It goes for the jabberoos. Goes for the yeah. Goes for it all. Oh yeah, no, the Freedom Squirrel. The streaming is it's a safety net. I don't really like it. I'm starting to kind of like it a little with the driving and stuff. For the last couple of years, I've been doing Facebook Lives. Like, I'll do like, I would always title it "Cruise with Me." I just do a cruise, like an hour cruise through the mountains, wherever cool I was. It'd be a cruise as long as I had reception. So it's kind of the same, but with the drama of the convoy. And I'm going to be doing a lot more of this. Because the convoy stuff just kind of started. It really did. It's a whole new form of protest. I want to be all up in the middle of it. Really? Yeah, no. When you travel, you could put together the pieces. Like I was able to go to Austin and question Sassenach. If I didn't travel, you have to travel to get, caught him. I'm so glad I got the interview with Sassenach. Never told any of his streamer, none of his viewers know about the U.S. Transportation Alliance.